I'm Jim, and this is my wife, Rena McCullough. We are part of those who started the camp how many years ago?
Yeah, 50.
50 years. That makes us seniors. We certainly had a need for a camp, and that drove some of the people in the church where we went at that time to get excited about it. That's when we started to really make waves. There was a group of us that decided that we would go up and look along the shore to see what was available. And there was 5 of us in a car, and we drove by this place where there was a post office. And so Roy Harvey was one of them. He said, well, I'll run up there and just see what's going on in this area. So he ran up into the post office, which was only part of a house. And he came out all excited. He was just raring to go. And he said, man, these people are prepared to sell it. I said, well, can we have a look at it? So we went in and looked and drove down the shore a little bit as far as we could. And we went and made them an offer, and that was how it happened. $10,000.
There were a lot of volunteers that helped with those buildings too. And we used to have what they call work parties. I'm not sure about party, but Jim would get up and make an announcement and ask for volunteers, and so help me. We'd have 50, 60 people there for a work party, which is very hard to get now. But it really worked, and people came.
And souls got saved.
We had neighbors of our cottage, and Jim could see that he was a lumberman, you could tell by things they had around their property. So they needed trees cutting down. So Jim went to that neighbor. He just went up to the door and said, do you think you could ever cut some trees down for Malagash Bible Camp? We're needing that done in order to build a cabin. He said, Malagash Bible Camp, and he said, I certainly will. And he said, there'll be no charge. And Jim said, well, why? And he said, well, when I was a little boy, he said, I lived on Smith Road, not Smith Road, Mackenzie Road. And he said, we were extremely poor. And he said, we used to go over to the camp. And he said they would just tell us to get in line, and they would feed us. And we didn't have food at home.